Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, honor, due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle, elders, and prophets of Great Millstone. Another respect to the brothers teaching and preaching the truth all over the globe worldwide. Basically, just going to this article, just looked online, and this article reads, and this is from RT News. It said, Trump deploys U.S. military to restore order in Washington, D.C., says he would do the same everywhere if local government fail. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just go ahead and show the article, so like for that. Go ahead and show the article. You know what I'm saying? This is the article right here. It said Trump deploys U.S. military to restore order in Washington, D.C., and says he would do the same everywhere if local government fail. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we are, at the end of this time, man. We are at the end of Esau Edom's kingdom, and we seeing that insurrection, is taking place, man. You know what I'm saying? And we see that going on. And let me see if I can get back to the article, Salaka, for that. And we're seeing that Trump said that he's going to deploy the military to restore order. And, that's going into, martial law. And martial law is throughout the scripture, even though it may not call that. But, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get a quick scripture. The scripture just came to mind. And, and this devil, you know what I'm saying? They take peace from the earth everywhere, man. And it gives a quick scripture. This is Revelation, chapter 6. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and read verse 4. Very familiar scripture. It reads, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And we know that that's talking about Esau Edom. That, what I'm saying, he's going to take peace from the earth. And how he's going to do that, what I'm saying, by putting, unrighteous decrees, about he's saying that, Donald Trump talking about putting, martial law troops everywhere. He sends basically since the government, if the government fails to do its job, stop the riots and all these things, which, they the one that set this whole thing up anyway. And they're gonna, and whether the government's, restore order or not, they're gonna still send the martial law troops, to come in to barricade the city. And they doing that, in cahoots with, pushing this mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. And, what I'm saying, and getting people to be forced vaccinated, and that's what this is all about. So they got to use the calluses, to push their agenda forward, and it all boils down to, they want their new world order in place, and they know that that their kingdom has a short time. You can go ahead and read that in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. But it also said in Joel 5 and 12 that he's going to disappoint the devices of the crafty man. And all the stuff that's going on, they think they're going to have their new world order in place and all this other stuff, and they're going to be disappointed. You probably like, what these riots have to do with anything? Because riots is part of Bible prophecy that there you read in, I believe, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 16. It goes into, people are going to cause a great insurrection, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna stand up against their kings and their princes. They're not gonna regard them, man. Why? Because the government that they had long and hard, fought long and hard for, blood, sweat, and tears, they realized that the same government that they fought for doesn't really give a damn about them. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Especially when you seeing all this rioting going on. And that's been, like my last couple of videos, man, talk about this rioting and this looting and all, what's going on. Because we see that, protests is going all across the United States. And they even have protests here in Dallas, Texas, as well as Houston. And they may have, in like other major cities like Austin and Victoria, different parts, different parts of the United States, man. Because these things must be, because that's what the scripture say. Saying all these things must have to happen. Saying, but the end is not yet. Roughly paraphrasing. And you read that in Matthew chapter 24, verse 7 to 8, famine, pestilence, earthquakes, and diverse places, and all these are the beginning of sorrows. And all these things are just the beginning of sorrows. Because these people are rioting and looting, they protesting because the death of George Floyd, man. You know what I'm saying? And that what that what the Edomites want, man. The high class Edomites, that what they want. It's like a mosquito. That they want to you know what I'm saying, slack it. Slack for that. Yeah, they want to you know what I'm saying, they want to push forward their agenda, and they gonna use all different types of catalysts to do it. And you seeing that they use the death and they cuss and keep putting it on the news and on social media and all this stuff, getting people to be emotionally roused up, so that way they could take the street and riot against the government. And that's what the government want. That's what they least want. That so that way the government can have you know what I'm saying, a right to go in and send the martial law troops in to try to restore order. But they know that they want to control the population. They want to control the people. And that's what it all boiled down to, man. That's what it all boiled down to. And that's what they want. That's what they want to happen. So like for that. And that's what they want to happen. But let's just continue on with the article. The article reads, we'll read the title again. It said, Trump deploys U.S. military to restore order in Washington, D.C., and says he would do the same everywhere if local government fail. You know what I'm saying? Let's just continue on with the article. It reads, in a surprise address to the nation, U.S. President Trump announced he was deploying the military to stop the unrest in Washington, D.C., and said he would intervene anywhere local authorities fail to restore order after days of riots. Trump appeared in the White House Rose Garden around 6:30 p.m. on Monday, declaring that the U.S. had been gripped by domestic terror, professional anarchists, and violent mobs who drowned out the righteous cries of peaceful protest over the death of George Floyd, an African-American man killed by police in Minneapolis, Minnesota last Monday. And we all know that these riots have been, them are staged riots, man. That being, set up by the government, to get the people to, be in their emotions and to rise up against the government. So that way they can be justified in sending in the martial law troops. So, you know what I'm saying? This is and this is what's going on, man. And this is what you see across the United States. You know what I'm saying? You see protests all across the United States. And for those who are in the truth, you know what I'm saying, like we said before, we'll say it again, that we don't participate in that stuff, man. Because only thing we have to do is repent, come back to Yahweh Shem Shah, keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? We follow the land whatsoever he goes, man. We don't get into, the protests and all this stuff. We don't get into riots and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? We follow the Lamb, which is Yahushua, whatsoever he goes. And you never seen Yahushua, getting in no type of protest or any of that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? He preached the word from his father Yahweh, man. And he kept it moving. He didn't get involved in all this politics and all this, being involved in all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua didn't do all that, man. He just taught the word. He had his 12 apostles with him, and they see what he did. He did miracles among the Israelites. He cast out devils. He healed the sick and raised the dead. and most important, he taught the word what Yahweh gave him. He did the work that Yahweh had for him to do. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get into all this stuff like our people doing, man. You know, you see our people out there protesting all this other stuff, and then the wicked 2/3, you know, had the nerve to say if you're not, you know, in the protest, you might as well get out the way. You part of the problem. Now you're part of the problem, man. Because guess what? You know, Yahweh Hashem outside never told us to go out here and protest or do any of that stuff. You know, we were commanded to preach the word. We were commanded to keep his law, statute, commandments to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? We were commanded to follow the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. We were never commanded to go out and protest and do any of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And you got people out there doing their thing. Oh, they doing it for a good cause. We want our voice to be heard. Guess what? These governments don't give a fuck about you. And you got to, you know, our people need to understand that they look at you as a commodity. They look at you as a slave. You ain't never free. You were never free. And like I said, you never have rights in this land, man. So for you to think that no, Salaki, for you to think that you going out here protesting and all this other stuff that's going to help you, guess what? It's not going to help you at all. You know what I'm saying? You just putting a bigger target on yourself. You know, let's just continue on with the article. It reads, all of the countries were justly outraged by Floyd's brutal death, Trump said, but the protesting had turned to violence. In Washington, D.C. alone, he said the rioters vandalized the Lincoln Memorial and World War II monument and set ablaze a historic church near the White House. And these devils are the one that started all this terrorist act, man. You know what I'm saying? They have people that are crisis actors. They go and they start riots and stuff, and they start, you know, all types of violence and stuff, and it started by them. And then they want to act as though they, you know what I'm saying, they trying to say, you know, look at these African American, which were Israelites, by the way, be Black, Latino, Native American. Look at them. They out here looting. They out here doing this stuff. And they the one that caused all this. They the one that started, you know, start these riots and stuff. But then our people, they don't use common sense to be like, we're not getting involved with that, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't supposed to be out here protesting because this is not our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Even Yahweh said, if this was his kingdom, he had an angel down here fighting for it. You know, roughly paraphrasing. But this is not our rest, man. If you read that in Micah 2:10, it says, rise and part, for this is not your rest. And it's going to destroy you with sword destruction. And that's why people don't understand. You know, you get in these protests, you know, I'll tell my wife earlier that, that's not smart for our people to get in protests. I said, you know, these protests can turn to riots. It can turn violent. It can get ugly out here. That's the reason why we don't get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Especially those who are in the truth. We don't get involved in that because the scripture said that we got to keep the ministry blameless. We got to keep the gospel blameless at all costs, man. Meaning that we don't get involved in riots. We don't do anything to jeopardize the gospel of Yahweh Hashem Al Shah. You know, one thing we do, we teach the gospel and let Yahweh Hashem Al Shah draw the elect. That's what we have to do. If you're not teaching the gospel, you help the best way you can. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gift he gives you do it to the best of your ability. You don't go out here riding and looting and doing, you know what I'm saying, doing any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, select for that. And let's continue on with the article. It reads, these are not acts of peaceful protests. These are acts of domestic terror, he said, pledging to end the rise and lawlessness immediately. Trump said he strongly recommends to every state governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers to dominate the streets and shut down the riots. And this is pushing into that martial law, man. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Deploying the National Guard in the streets. Because they really, what they're doing, they really want to push, you know what I'm saying, push this, push this martial law into place, man. That's what that's what they really want to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's just continue on with the article. He said if they fail to do so, he added, I would deploy the U.S. military and quickly solve the problem for them. He also revealed that the heavy armed U.S. troops had already been dispatched to the streets of Washington, D.C. to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and wanton destruction of property. And you know what I'm saying? It's the elites that get Donald Trump the order to deploy the National Guard. You know, Donald Trump is not doing this on his own, man. It's the elite bankers going telling him what to do. You know, he got puppets over him. You know, telling him, okay, it's time to deploy the military, troops over there to stop these riots. You know, they pretend that they doing it in name peace, but guess what? They doing it because they want to control the masses, man. They pushing for their new world order because they know they only have a short time to do these things before Yahweh Shai comes back and take them out of power. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they pushing all this stuff. They going in with full force because they know that their time is short and their time is almost up. Let's just finish the article. It reads, organizers of the terror, which he describes as Antifa and others will face severe criminal penalties, including prison terms. Right before he appeared, loud explosions could be heard near the White House. A feed from the protests outside showed mounted police dispersing mass demonstrators as flashbang grenades and tear gas went off. Though the officer caught on video kneeling on floor's neck until he died were quickly fired, and one of them was charged with murder. Protests over the incident escalated to riots in Minneapolis last Wednesday. They then spread to nearby St. Paul and then to 75 other major cities across the U.S. over the weekend. And that shows you right there that this country is divided, man. Because Scripture said, if Satan cast out Satan, he divided against himself. Then his kingdom would not stand, but it had an end, roughly paraphrasing. But let us go ahead and get a few scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, man, that these things must be because why? Because you know what I'm saying? These things must be. And because who ruled the kingdom? Because Job 9:24 said that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and he covered the faces of the judges thereof. And if not, where and who is he, man? You know what I'm saying? That the earth is given into his hand, man. And also, they love to constantly keep practice wickedness. And to back that up, this is Micah 2:1. It reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. And it's the power in the hand of the elite bankers to send out these military troops, man. They send them out, man. And they send them out to, call itself, keeping the peace. But in all actuality, what they're doing is they, you know what I'm saying, they getting their martial law troops ready to roll in on you, Jason, man. As the brothers come to keep warning you, because this is the ploy that they're going to use to trying to keep you, Jake, to trying to get you, Jake, to go in these concentration camps. And that's what this is all boiling down to. Verse 2, and they cover their fields and take them away by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And they're going to get to a point that if you don't take the vaccination, if you don't take the chip, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna take all your goods away from you. You know what I'm saying? Even you're going to have people that's going to roll in your house, man. They're going to try to take all your food. They're going to roll in, going to want to take your kids because you refuse to take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna do this. Why they gonna do it? Because it's in their power of their hand to do it. Because Yahweh Shem Al Shai gave them the power to do so. as we read, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's really why you got Donald Trump coming over there. He's backed by these elite bankers, man. And they gave him the oils to send these national guard to these certain places to try to quell the violence. You know what I'm saying? But they really doing, they send these people in to, what I'm saying, to get everybody in this police state, man. Salaki. They want to push this new world order, man. They want you to take this mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want you to do, man. That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? And here's a news clip, from off of RT News. I haven't played it, but this is the first time reading the article. But we're gonna go ahead and play this see what the president talking about, and then how willing we'll hit some more scriptures, then we're gonna end the video.
He will not have died in vain. But we cannot allow the righteous cries of peaceful protesters to be drowned out by an angry mob. The biggest victims of the rioting are peace-loving citizens in our poorest communities. And as their president, I will fight to keep them safe.
Yeah, and with that being said, this he don't really care about the people, man, because we know that he's a puppet for the elite bankers, and he's saying that he's going to basically trying to stop the riot and stuff, the poor and the poor and all this other nonsense, but really and truly, man, he don't care about the poor. Let's just be honest about that. He don't care about the poor because he bought and paid for by the elite bankers. So by him saying about the poor, that's nonsense, because the Israelites are the one that's poor, man. The blacks, Latino, Native Americans, we're the one that have been at the bottom, and we want to deal with all types of tyranny. You know what I'm saying? And all, it's like a mosquito out here. All types of oppressions. And you think they actually care about us as a people? No, they don't, man. Because they hate you Israelites, man. But you can't buy into the hype of what this guy is saying, man. So like for that. I feel like I'm hitting the wrong thing. So like it.
I will fight to protect you. I am your president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters. But in recent days, our nation has been gripped by professional anarchists, violent mobs, arsonists, looters, criminals, rioters, Antifa, and others. A number of state and local governments have failed to take necessary action to safeguard their residents. Innocent people have been savagely beaten, like the young man in Dallas, Texas, who was left dying on the street, or the woman in upstate New York viciously attacked by dangerous thugs. Small business owners have seen their dreams utterly destroyed. New York's finest have been hit in the face with bricks. Brave nurses who have battled the virus are afraid to leave their homes. Have been vandalized. One of our most historic churches was set ablaze. A federal officer in California, an African-American enforcement hero, was shot and killed. These are not...
Yeah, and it shows you right there, man. We tell you, Jace, man, you can't, participate in these riots and all this other stuff, man, because shit could turn south real quick. You know what I'm saying? And he goes on here, he going on here, he dressing like, he cares for the people. And we know that, we know that he don't care for the people. If it be up to him, that you black, Latinos, Native Americans, man, you know what I'm saying, we all be back in chains. We all be working, this land for free again if it was up to them. But we know that Yahweh Hashem Shah is bringing this country to an end, man. He's bringing this country to an end. You know what I'm saying? And let me get a quick scripture, because these people really truly believe that you know what I'm saying, these people really truly believe that this country is going to go on forever. And a very familiar scripture that's been brought out a lot, this is Jeremiah. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 49. And we're going to go ahead, I believe it's around verse 7. It said, concerning Edom, thus said Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? And you know, Yahweh Hashem Shai is you know, he's being sarcastic when he asks a question. And he knows that there's no, you know, there's no wisdom here among the Edomites, man. And you know what I'm saying? And they've been exposed on every level, man. And then they act as though that they care about the people, which they really don't. They really don't care about you Black, Latino, Native American, which are the biblical Israelites. This is Jeremiah 49:8. It reads, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, that the time I will visit him. And he's visiting him now. He's visiting him, you know, in the state that, you know what I'm saying, he tearing his kingdom down brick by brick. And you see that Esau is getting restless. You seeing that these heathens are getting restless, as well as the wicked 2/3 Jace, man. You know what I'm saying? They saying that they being oppressed on every level, and they lashing out, man. And they lashing out with these protesters and this rioting and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? And because that they know that it's a bad vibration coming here on the earth, man. They know that something terrible is about to happen. That's about to take place, man. And Yahweh Hashem Shah is visiting Esau Edom. He actually, you know, you read, I believe, in the second Ezra, he said Yahweh Hashem Shah is going to visit the world which you made, man. You know what I'm saying? And we at the time, he doing so by these plagues and by these pestilence that the men of the Lord has been prophesied, you know, for, you know, ever since 2007, even longer than that. You had a possibly been prophesying these things for over 30 plus years now. You know what I'm saying? And these things starting to come to pass. And that's the reason why you got Esau, you got Donald Trump coming here talking about like he care for the people. He really don't, man. He you know, he don't care for the people. And it's very evident, man. And very evident that Yahweh by Hashem Shah is visiting, you know, visiting the world, man. And you see signs everywhere. You even see America divided, man. As we read in scripture, Saint cast out Saint, he divided against himself. And you seeing that division among the quote unquote Americans, which there was no unity there in the first place. You know, they said unity, long Esau, even long as he's on top. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else can be equal to him. You know, his kingdom father and his mind said, if he can't rule, then nobody else can. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go ahead and skip down to verse 10. You know, we're going to go read verse 9. It reads, if great gathers come unto thee, they will not leave some gleaning grapes. If these come by night, they will not destroy till they have enough. But I made Esau bare, and I'll cover his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. And Yahweh Hashem Shah making Esau bare on all levels, man. You know what I'm saying? He make him bare on all levels. And you see that this country is being made bare, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom is being made bare. And these other nations see what Babylon the Great for what it truly is. A lie and deceiving and cunning nation, man, that Yahweh Hashem Shah is going to destroy, man. You know what I'm saying? As you read in Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7 through 9, well, you know, especially verse 7, it said Babylon being a golden cup in the hand of Yahweh Hashem Shah. But you know what I'm saying? Let's continue on with what he has to say.
They're not acts of peaceful protest. These are acts of domestic terror, the destruction of innocent life, and the spilling of innocent blood is an offense to humanity and a crime.
And you devils, man, y'all been spilling blood, man. You know what I'm saying? You spilled the blood of the tribe of Gad, which was the Native Americans, and they made peace with y'all, man. And what y'all do, y'all went, y'all slaughter over 100 million Native Americans, and then you send them up to, these reservations, man. And you talking about some innocent blood. You devils are full of blood, man. You know what I'm saying? Number 35 and 33 said, "Do not shed." The land can be cleansed, but by him that shed the blood, man. You know what I'm saying? You devils shed a whole bunch of blood in this land, and then you trying to act as though that innocent lives you care about innocent lives, man. You devils don't care about no innocent lives, man. You know what I'm saying? You only care about you want things to go back to normal. You want things to be that you ruling and we at the bottom. But guess what? Yahweh Shem Shai turning all that around, and now you begin to be made better, man. Let's continue on.
Crime against God. America needs creation, not destruction. Cooperation, not contempt.
And America has been built on violence, man. You know what I'm saying? America has been built on violence. In the way that America's been built on violence, Babylon the Great is gonna go down in violence. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all built the country on violence. Like it's been said that you slaughter over 100 million Native Americans. In the way that y'all got this country by violence, that's the way y'all gonna be taken out of power. You're gonna be taken out of power by violence. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The scripture said in Revelation chapter 18, it said, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and it shall be found no more at all." And this place is going to be thrown down by violence. It's going to be thrown down by thermonuclear missiles, and when Yahweh shall return with angelic hosts of angels in the chariots, you know what I'm saying? He's going to do a work on y'all, man. So the way that y'all got this land, y'all got by violence, you're going to be taken down by violence.
Security, not anarchy. Healing, not hatred. Justice, not chaos. This is our mission, and we will succeed. 100%, we will succeed. Our country always wins.
You can stop that nonsense right there. Yahweh Shem Shai said that you are a golden cup in his hand. You know what I'm saying? And it's time for y'all to pay. Time for y'all to pay for all the violence that you did to his chosen people, man. You know what I'm saying? You talking about your country will win, but guess what? This is one battle that you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose this battle, and you're gonna lose it hard, man. Because guess what? You always oppress the people of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? You think that things are going to go back to normal. Guess what? They're not going to go back to normal. Thus said Yahweh Shem Shai, this place is not going back to normal. This place is finished.
That is why I am taking immediate presidential action to stop the violence and restore security and safety in America.
Basically what he's saying is that he's going to deploy the National Guard, to basically, infringe on y'all rights, man. But in this society, you don't have no rights here, man. You do not have no type of rights here. He just spewed a whole bunch of madness, man. Because get what? Once these National Guards get deployed, aka these martial law troops, they're gonna be shutting down the country, man. They're gonna be sending checkpoints everywhere. And if you don't take that mark of the beast, the RFID chip, you don't take that vaccination, you're not gonna be able to, quote unquote, function normal in this society. You know what I'm saying? The president just spilled a whole bunch of rhetoric at this point. Because get what? He doesn't care about the poor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They don't care about you, Jake, no way, man. That's why we tell you Israelites out there, man, that you don't get involved in these politics. You don't get involved in voting. You don't get involved in these protests because this country is not for you, man. This is not your place to rest. You know, your place of rest is in the kingdom to come, which is the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven, which is for you Black, Latino, Native Americans. That's when we're gonna get our rest at when we rule, when we be back on top. You know, the reason why we are in the state that we're in is because of we disobeyed the law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Shah, man. That's the reason why we are in the condition that we're in now. You can't believe the rhetoric of what this guy's saying, man. Because in a nutshell, he don't care about us as well as the other nations. If we tell y'all to repent and turn back to your power, Yahweh Hashem Shah, and I'm talking about you Black, Latino, Native Americans.
I am mobilizing all available federal resources, civilian and military, to stop the rioting and looting, to end the destruction and arson, and to protect the rights of law-abiding Americans, including your Second Amendment rights.
Like I said before, man, you know what I'm saying? We don't have no rights here in this society. Because if you look at the Constitution, they classify us as 3/5 of a human being. You know what I'm saying? We have no rights here. You know what I'm saying? What they want to do, they want to push that new world order. You know what I'm saying? When the elite bankers on top and they want everybody chipped. You know what I'm saying? They want robots in this society, man. You know what I'm saying? If you preach the truth and if you are, a quote unquote free thinker, you don't go along with their program, they're gonna have you killed, man. And that's what it all boiling down to. They are stripping your rights, and which you don't have in the first place. You know what I'm saying? They claim that they care about you. They claim that they care about you as a quote unquote American citizen. But guess what? They don't care about you at all, man.
Therefore, the following measures are going into effect immediately. First, we are ending the riots and lawlessness that has spread throughout our country. We will end it now. Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled.
Basically, what they're saying is that they want to put the law enforcement, the National Guard, you know what I'm saying? Basically, they want to get this martial law put into place. But those in the truth, man, we know better, man. We know what this is all about. This is all about, setting up that martial law, setting up that new world order. We already in a police state, man. You know what I'm saying? We already in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man. But Jacob's trouble going to intensify, and it's going to be worse on you 2/3, man. Because 1 Peter 4:17 said that judgment is going to start within the house of Israel. The house of Yahweh, you know what I'm saying, which are your Israelites, man. And scripture goes on to say that if judgment first started with us, what's going to be the end of those that obey not the gospel, man? Because get what? This Jacob's trouble is mainly for you Black, Latino, Native Americans, man. But all the world is gonna feel it, but it's mainly gonna be targeted towards you. And these these martial law troops, they gonna be coming, they quote unquote say they come for American citizens. But guess what? They're gonna be coming for you Jace, man, because in their mind that you are a threat to their new world order. Especially, you're teaching and preaching the gospel of Yahweh Hashem Shah. You're a bigger threat to them. And they're gonna try and use the measure that they can to get you removed.
If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them. I am also taking swift and decisive action to protect our great capital, Washington, D.C. What happened in this city last night was a total disgrace. As we speak, I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction of property.
And y'all talking, and this man's a trip, man. He talking about you want to stop the destruction of the property. You people destroyed the property of Yahweh Shem Al Shah, which is the chosen people, the Israelites, the Black, Latinos, Native Americans. And what you do in Amos chapter 1 verse 11, it goes into Yahweh it's for 3 transgressions of Edom, and 4 Yahweh will not turn away the punishment thereof. What did they do? They pursued their brother Jacob with the sword, and then they cast off all pity. You know what I'm saying? And he kept his wrath forever, man. And you devil continue to destroy Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden now you're talking about, I'm going to deploy the National Guard to stop the violence. You people are the one that insinuate the violence, man. Y'all the one that started it. Y'all the one that y'all love violence, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love blood, and blood is gonna overtake you, man. You're gonna be shed, man. Because Revelation chapter, let me just get it. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10, man. Let's just get it. Because you people think that you know what I'm saying? You people, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think you're gonna just do what you wanna do, man. And you wanna come with this nonsense about, you wanna stop the violence, man. And guess what? You people are the one that brings the violence. This Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. It said, any man had an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is what us Israelites who waiting on, man. We waiting on Yahweh to return to take you devils out of power, man. Because you sitting up here with this nonsense about you know what I'm saying, you want to stop the riots and the protests and all that. You saying agent provocateurs, however they pronounce it, to go out there and start the damn riots. But now you want to talk about you want to end the riots that you pay people to start? Are you fucking kidding me? Let's just listen more of this madness.
We are putting everybody on warning. Our 7 o'clock curfew will be strictly enforced. Those who threaten innocent life and property will be arrested, detained, and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I want the organizers of this terror to be on notice that you will face severe criminal penalties and lengthy sentences in jail.
So that's the case. That means all you might need to be arrested, and especially those cricket cops out there, man. That went out and started the damn riots and all the looting and all this other stuff, and they went and they caught a police officer, in Minnesota, was going and busting out windows and shit. But then, man, these laws help, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we follow laws to the best of our ability, as long as they don't infringe on laws of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. But you people, man, y'all the ones that created this riot. Y'all create all this warfare and all this mess. But then you turn around and then you talking about you want to quell the violence, and the violence is what you people started, man. Let's just continue listening on to this madness.
This includes Antifa and others who are leading instigators of this violence.
And basically, you know what I'm saying, he want to say, he really want to say the Israelites, man. He want to say though he quote unquote he said the prophets of doom. He basically want to call out the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying, that we the ones that they gonna say that we are the ones that's starting the violence, man. But we only teaching and preaching the word of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. We ain't out there participating in that madness, man. For those who in the truth, by the way, we ain't out there in that madness. We are against it, man. You know what I'm saying? We are against, going out there riding and looting. Why in the hell we gonna fight for a kingdom that don't even belong to us anyway? You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. And those in the truth, we understand the scriptures, man. We understand I believe Zephaniah chapter 3, Yahweh said to wait upon him, in the day that he's going to rise up to the prey because his determinations to gather the nations. And we ain't out here doing any of this stuff. But, he really want to say the Israelites, man. And that's what they really going to start boiling it down to, saying that the Israelites are the ones that starting the violence.
One law and order, and that is what it is. One law. We have one beautiful law. And once that is restored and fully restored, we will help you, we will help your business, and we will help your family. America is founded upon the rule of law. It is the foundation of...
Yeah, which law y'all founded upon, man? You sure in the hell ain't founded upon the laws of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. Man, y'all disregard his laws. Every law that Yahweh Shem Al Shah has set up, you all disregard it, man. You know what I'm saying? You throw his laws out the window, and you go about establishing your own righteousness. You ain't establishing the righteousness of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. You are establishing your own laws. You are establishing your own righteousness. And that's the reason why this country is going down. It's going down quick, fast, and hurry. Y'all even break laws that the land laws, man. In the eighth year, you supposed to let the land rest, but you people don't let it rest, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all continue to plow the land, and the land can't even yield any strength, man. You break all types of laws, man. Even the law said that two homosexuals shouldn't even be together. If they are, they're going to get put to death. That's according to the scripture. But y'all go around that, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go around that. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all go around all the laws that Yahweh Shem Al Shah had set up. And you establish your own laws. That's what you people do. Let's continue on with this madness.
Of our prosperity, our freedom, and our very way of life. But where there is no law, there is no opportunity. Where there is no justice, there is no liberty. Where there is no safety, there is no future. We must never give in to anger or hatred. If malice or violence reigns, then none of us is free.
That's the truth when they say there's not giving the anger, the hatred, and all this. You devils have hatred for the Israelites, man. Revelation 12:12 said you gonna come down with great wrath, man. And who's gonna come down with great wrath? Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. He's gonna come down with that great wrath because his kingdom is coming to an end, because he has nothing but a short time. So what are you talking about, man? You all been have a hatred for us. And you read in Genesis chapter 27, verse 41, it said, the days of Esau even said in his heart, the days of my mourning of my father at hand, then I would slay my brother Jacob. You know what I'm saying? It even goes on to say, the beginning part of it said that Esau hated Jacob. You Edomites, you hate us Jays, man. You hate the Israelites. You hate the Black Latinos, Native Americans, even the speckled bird that seed line goes back to the 12 patriarchs. You hate us with a perpetual, everlasting hatred, man. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let's continue on with this madness.
Free. I take these actions today with firm resolve and with a true and passionate love for our country. By far, our greatest days lie ahead. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to pay my respects to a very, very place. Thank you very much.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's a whole bunch of nonsense. And you understand, man, you understand the fact of the matter that these people they don't care about you, Jace, man. And we've been telling y'all that time and time again that this country that they built upon and they stole from the Gadites, man. They stole from the Gadites and they took this country by violence. You know what I'm saying? And now this country, America, aka Babylon the Great, is gonna go down in violence, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go down in violence. And they deploying the truth, man. This country ain't gonna never have any peace, man. It won't have any peace because it constantly fighting wars, constantly being in wars, and it got internal fighting on the inside. And what they're not the same thing that happened to the Romans, man. How their country got taken down. Their country got taken down from the inside, man, because it was inside fighting. It was inside chaos, and we're witnessing Rome all over again. With that, I'm getting all praise, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, and prophets of great millstone. Another respect to the brothers teaching and preaching the truth all over the globe worldwide. See you again with another lesson real soon. Yahweh willing. Shalom, Abba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.